Hello to every tech and business leaders and developers who are joining our channel today, and thanks a lot for visiting the first interview. So this is a pretty interesting format we are just launching right now, and this is some kind of an experiment we have decided to make. And I'm extremely happy to introduce you to our first guest that has agreed to participate in such an adventure with us. And her name is Valerie. Most of the Instagram and TikTok know her as LERA FOODHUNTer. And I'm going to run a pretty short introduction of yourself, if you don't mind. So for a pretty long period of time, LERA was one of the, I believe, most popular Ukrainian food bloggers because her posts all over the Instagram were pretty interesting and popular for the users who've been looking for different ideas of the foods of the restaurants, etc. There was a bunch of different reviews for the restaurants all over the Ukraine and even all over the Europe. To be honest, I was the one who used your posts as some sort of an inspiration source for my dates as well, and that was pretty happily and pretty useful as well. And I believe the period of time when you've been running the food blog was the period of time when we got acquainted. But after that, something from my perspective mysterious happened because you have switched to the TikTok agency running and to promotion of the TikTok and media profiles of the other people. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, what you're doing right now. So that's like a pretty short overview. You had a pretty fancy career starting with a blogger, then switching to running the blogs for the other people, and now being an owner of your personal media agency. But maybe you'd like to add something from your perspective. So what was your career path from your view?
My career, so hi everyone, my career started from waitress and bartender. And I want to add that I combine both of this. So I'm still a food blogger, and also I promote some more brands and some experts. So I combine this two. These two, yeah.
Sounds pretty cool. And I know that you're running your food blog for a pretty long period of time. Is it like a couple of years or more?
I started from June of 2019, so
Okay.
3 years. 3 years.
Awesome. And what was the initial point to kickstart this project? Was it the first blog you ever had, or you had some projects before? And why was it the food blogging at all?
It's my favorite question. So actually, restaurants, I'm in love with restaurants, and I used to work as a bartender and as a waiter. Then I used to travel a lot, and I went to some new European cities, and I looked for cafes, bars, and restaurants, and I just wrote about that for my audience. And I started my blog like that, and then in 1 or 2 months, I actually think that not I find them, they find me. I find like some investors, and they helped me to promote my own blog. They gave money for start that, and that was the point to start new account as a LERA FOODHUNTer, and to start this type of this page of my life, I guess. Like that.
Awesome. Sounds really cool. And was it the first blog you have ever launched, or were there any projects before the FOODHUNTer blog that you launched?
Actually, this is the main blog, and I can say that it's the first one, but actually I started to do it myself on another account, on previous account, but it was so small, and I did it about 2 months. So I can I say that this LERA FOODHUNTer is my first one.
Okay. And also, I would like to notice that the whole image you have created all around your blog, like this girl who's seeking for different interesting restaurants, different food ideas, etc. The whole image of the food hunter person that was built, it seems pretty creative and pretty interesting. So, how did you come up building this whole image? Like, was it the help of the investors or some creative producers? Was it all done by yourself? Maybe you have taken some inspiration from the other blogs, from the, I don't know, maybe foreign contestants or competitors, etc.
Yes, my investors helped me, and we had a big desk, and we wrote lots of. If I've got a photo, it will be good, but I haven't. We wrote lots of words about food, about meal, and combined something, and we choose this one. But actually, for now, I don't like it. This. So yes, and now I want another name because I don't like a hunter. Hunter is something when a person kills some animals. So I don't like this. And first of all, I also wanted some name as LERA and food, but it was in Russian, in Ukrainian, and at that time I thought that it should be something worldwide, and we need English words. So it might be Food Hunter Lera, but then I choose my name first, and this on the second one.
Well, at least I like to say that these provide some sort of the humanity to your nickname and to the whole blog, because like when you start with the food hunter and then something that seems more like, like you're trying to promote yourself, and from the other perspective that seems more like the human-like variant. And what is your current audience? So what was the initial audience you started with? Who's currently watching your blog? Who are your followers? What are their portraits?
It will be a really good recommendation for new bloggers, because if you want to know what is your audience, you can look at yourself. So your audience is you. First of all, when I was in love in restaurants, and I looking for restaurants in Kiev, all of my audience was about looking at restaurants in Kiev. Now, then I started to promote some brands, and my audience started also be interested in promotion. Now I am interested about how to improve myself, and my audience is the same. So it changed with me. It's really beautiful because you can do whatever you want in your own account, and you shouldn't change the page, the account.
And from the regionality perspective, so I remember you started with more like the Russian language content, then you switched to Ukrainian mostly. Now you're traveling a lot, and I constantly see the overviews and the reviews of different restaurants from Europe, etc. So, how would you say the regionality focus changed? So, are those still the same people that have been following you from the very beginning, or maybe there are more of those who are currently in the USA, or maybe in Europe, or in like non-post-Soviet countries, let's say so?
About the war, all people went all over the world. So my audience mostly was from Kiev, and now they live all over the world. So yeah, so I get that it's more Ukrainian people. I don't have Russian followers, actually. I didn't have them because I had previously, before the war, and when I started, I had mostly Kiev followers from Kiev. and now they went all over the world. So they could be in USA, in mostly in Europe, like
Mhm.
that.
Okay. And okay, so let's turn the page of you being the food blogger and you're running this blog, which is pretty awesome and fancy. But then, just as I said, something, at least from my perspective, interesting happened because somehow you have changed your focus to the promotion of the TikTok accounts and Instagram account of the other people. So technically, from the blogger yourself, you have switched to that role of the producer or an investor that you had at the very beginning of your path. And
It's
what
true.
was the main purpose of that? How did it happen? Like, how did you transform from the blogger into the business owner who helps the other grow their business?
I actually never noticed that, so thank you for that. Yeah. Actually, I'm the person who couldn't do the same thing day by day. So I like doing new every time. And I think that I was bored about doing just food blog. I really loved it. I really love restaurants till now, but I wanted to do something new and something more. And actually, the second reason and really important reason that I wanted to raise more money. And so I told you that I combine these two roles, and and now I can raise more money than previously. Yes.
Sounds good. Well, money race is something that driving the whole world. And being honest, if you're saying that you're running business not for money, then you're lying somewhere. So that's totally fine, and there is nothing to be worried about, in my opinion. But why was it the TikTok specifically? So how did you come up to the specific services that your agency provides? Like, why is it TikTok and not the YouTube, for example, or not an specific Instagram promotion? Or maybe I'm missing something and you have already started doing the services as well.
Yeah, for now we do both services. So we promote on TikTok and on Instagram as well. And why it was started from TikTok, because I really love videos. And firstly, I wanted to shoot some video advertisement for big companies.
Mhm.
And I called them and asked for this, and they told me, no, we don't want to work with you because we have our big creators, big agencies who create us this advertisement, and we don't need your just one video. And for after that, I thought what could be more relevant for my clients, and I understood that it could be TikTok, because because when you promote a client in TikTok, you do them lots of videos, so about 30 or 16 months, and it could be whole work for them, not just one advertise a year like that.
Okay. Well, and you have said absolutely correctly that when you're trying to work with the corporate segment, it is always the fighting process with their internal departments. Usually these are like monstrous departments that's it's not always clear what they even do and why do they need such a huge ones. But from that perspective, who are your current clients mostly? So are those the corporations or big companies or maybe the middle, small kind of family business, etc.?
I'm happy because now I have big companies. I guess they're middle and big, because no, they're big. So now we have two big clients. One is Casino, and second one is Europe clothes shop. It called Styly Veil, and
Mhm.
it you might know it. It's from Switzerland, and it is in a Lowell or the Europe, and
Mhm.
it was so common. They do clothes for young people, for teenagers, and
Okay.
it was so common when I was at school, and it was my lovely shop. And now when I promote it, I'm really proud of that. Yeah, so
Totally.
yeah,
Well,
and
that's really like a childhood dream coming true, definitely.
yeah, it's true.
And you have also mentioned that you are currently working with some sort of casinos, which is from the promotion perspective and like from my career perspective as well, that always was a complicated area to promote because this is some sort of the great schemes. There are some great domains, the casinos, any bidding, any gambling things, etc. So how are you currently dealing with that? Is it harder than, for example, the shop promotion or any, I don't know, store or restaurant promotion, or you're just changing your approaches there promoting the gambling?
So there are two things.
Yeah.
First, TikTok is so good for that because in on TikTok you can promote just by videos,
Right.
just by content. You don't need some extra advertisements, and TikTok don't ban that. And
Hmm.
the second thing is we just accept uh, words like casino, and we just don't use that. And
Okay.
and this is not a problem. And we do fun content to развлекать, как будет?
Entertain.
We do fun content to entertain people, and
Mhm.
it's so good for TikTok and for our promotion.
Okay, got it. And you have already mentioned a couple of your biggest clients at the moment, but if you'd have a chance to make some sort of the top rating of all the clients you've had projects with, all the projects you did so far, what would be the most memorable ones? Like, what projects did you like the most, maybe?
I like this project, and I really love that that we work with big companies.
Hmm.
So if you ask me whom I choose, I always choose big companies because they have money, they are very flexible, and
Hmm.
they have their own big crew, and
Yeah.
we create something together, for example. So I love them. And if you ask me about the most rememberable, it was like we did really small work with them, but it was with our Ukrainian big bank, Alpha
Hmm.
Bank,
Okay.
and it was so nice how I communicate with them. I just uh, I just I just find it contact of some worker of this bank in
Hmm.
LinkedIn, and
Right.
I text her in Messenger on Facebook, and I
Okay.
was shocked that she answered me, and she said, "Yeah, we need it. We need some TikTok videos for advertisement." So we didn't uh, did for them. We didn't do for them some videos for like
Hmm.
their own page, but we did some videos for their advertisement on TikTok. And she told, yeah, we need it, so you can contact my colleague. And
Hmm.
we did, and we did so big price for me. I was shocked that they it was actually no, it was my first client. and we and we did, and it was so big a budget for me,
Hmm.
like for first client, and I was really surprised. And I guess this is my favorite stories, and yeah.
So that's exactly, I think, about being at the right place in the right time. Like you have found your fit, you have found the perfect contact to contact with and to establish the connection, and that's where all the things work perfectly. I really love such success stories because that's
Yeah.
technically what demonstrates that if you want to start your business, just go and start it. Like don't search for any excuses or something because you'll be able to succeed in any way, and you just need a bit of luck for that.
Yeah.
And by the way, yeah.
I want to notice that the big reason was that that day I told myself that I need to do it very comfortable for me and very lightly.
Hmm.
So it's very good mood and don't think that it's hard. And when I saw it like that, it happened. And I have two cases like that. So it's good recommendation for your followers. And
Okay.
it works. It works.
Definitely. And talking about the bit of luck as well. So, how do you see the perspective of growth for your company for the next? I know it's a little bit templated question, but still. So, where do you see your company in the next couple of years, maybe in the next decade or something? What are your goals?
As for me, I don't want to be the best one, for example, on TikTok. I want to help um, with all of marketing tasks. So,
Hmm.
for example, if you come to me and ask me for to promote you on YouTube, I can help you.
Okay.
If you ask me to promote you by some bloggers on Instagram, I can help you. So my superpower is to gather professionals and do great things. And I want to do big company, big agency
Hmm.
uh, to promote all tasks, to do all tasks in marketing like that.
Okay. And can you, again, talking about the scalability and the growth, can you provide some sort of the sneak peek into how do you operate inside your company? So, how many people you have? What ceremonies you procedure through? Like you have Scrum, maybe you have Agile, maybe you have something else. How do you manage those people? Like, how does this machine works from the inside?
It's so good question. I don't know. I don't know how this works. Actually, it's complicated to me to answer you. Uh, we, I just, uh, I just gather so good professionals and I manage them, and they do uh, lots of work by themselves. And I communicate with the clients, and
Okay.
we have so good match,
Mhm.
and I think that's the answer, to be like communicative person like that. And
And
yeah,
and you have said that you are gathering some good professionals. So, what are the tricks and hints for those who want to start their business? And for example, for those who are looking for the initial team, I remember every single time I was running the companies, I've been struggling with looking for the professional team because that was always a challenge for me. So, what are the top advices or pieces of advice on how to find those people, how to make sure that they are the right match?
how to find them? First of all, it's to do your own blog, because
Okay.
it really helps me. It really helps me because I
Mhm.
can. We have a situation when we need a person to make a video
Okay.
uh, this day, and I found a person who can make it, and she was at the shop to make content in
Okay.
40 minutes. So
Cool.
while I post the stories on Instagram,
Mhm.
she answered me, and she came to the shop where she should make some content in
Mhm.
40 minutes. So
Crazy.
blog really helps me. And
Mhm.
how to be sure that they are good for you. I feel people like that, and I choose people if I like to communicate with them, if I'm comfortable with them, so it will be good. And you should try. So if you think a lot, you never do it. So I don't scary about trying, and
Mhm.
that's the best one. And
Mhm.
yeah.
And lots of the things you've just said, they are correlating with these new trends of following the corporate culture, like establishing the culture inside the company, again, finding the right fit with the people. But what I'm currently seeing is that most of the people who are running their business, they are identifying the key business values just because that's a fashionable thing to do. So from your perspective, what are the most important business values that just business cannot live without? Maybe they are establishing your business, etc. What are these main principles or main things you want to follow building your company?
Uh, I can answer you what is the main things to be good with your clients. Maybe I'll be better in that because mm, if you want to do your business for a long period with your clients, you should be honest with them
Mm-hmm.
and like be truly for example, I have lots of situations, especially now, I don't know why, when my clients pay me more than we need, and some like they give me a budget bigger, and I put it forward for the next months, and but I understand that they forgot about that, but I do it honestly, and it's my rule, and I guess to be honest, it's the best thing with your colleague, with your clients, with
Mm-hmm.
your uh, crew. So that's the answer.
Yeah, totally makes sense. And just as you have said that it is important to talking about being honest with your clients and talking about staying in touch with your customers, etc. Let's try to take a look at it from a little bit different perspective. So, what might be the biggest failures you had in your career, maybe with the customers, maybe on your own, like something most memorable that you can remind right now?
Actually, I think that I don't have lots of fails and fuck
Okay.
ups. I just really, uh, I have too much thoughts about that, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm really scared about that. So
Okay.
I more have, I have more fears than I do it. So if you ask me what was my fear, I can tell you. And when you ask me what was my fuck up, I I couldn't tell you. So like that, it's more about your thinking about that, like that.
Totally. And at the same time, what motivates you? So you're saying that you're fear of lots of things, which is totally not normal when you're running a business, especially when you have the responsibility for your clients. But what are the aspects that make you feel motivated? What do you do to yourself in this case?
I like this. I'm in love with the video, so I like this process when we shoot
Hmm.
something, and especially when we promote some restaurants. We used to do it. I'm in love totally about with restaurants, and it motivates me, and of course money. So this three, this
Main
three.
motivation stream totally for everybody. Alrighty. And talking about the whole domain you're working in, like the media promotion, the creativity. So we can see that during the last maybe 30 years, or even during the last decade, the marketing domain has changed completely. Like we have started with .com era with websites, then we have switched to the live blogs, then we got the Instagram appeared in our lives. Now we have TikTok. And how do you think, what are the next key steps in the growth for the marketing industry? What will be the game changers? What will change at all within the next several years?
I'm a little bit scaring about people go away from social media and switch off your phones and be in real life. It's really good for for us, but it's not good for we as agency promotion.
Mhm.
So as for me, I think that um, the new popular and common thing is to
Mhm.
be in your real life, and not to be every time at your
Mhm.
on your phone. So, but also uh, uh, some recommendation for new bloggers if you
Mhm.
want to start your own account on TikTok or Instagram. The biggest suggestion is to be truly and be uh, yourself like
Mhm.
that. So these two, yeah.
So, how do you think? How high is the probability of people starting using less social media and consuming less materials or posts or publishings from the media within the next several years? Will it get worse, or will people switch more to the social media against it?
I don't know because I am wondering.
Hmm.
I'm really interested about that, and I
Hmm.
want to look forward and to understand what will be in several years. I don't know the answer, but I know that that me and people around me
Hmm.
mostly like to switch off their phones and
Hmm.
walking, just speaking with
Right.
their friends. So I'm interested also. I don't
Okay. And maybe that's a little bit daydreaming question, but just as the TikTok has changed Instagram one day, just as Instagram changed the blog spots some day ago, how do you think maybe you can already identify what application will be the next game changer that will like outbound the TikTok from their domain and maybe will become the next game player?
know. The problem will be when no social media will change TikTok when real life change TikTok. Maybe this will be the new
Okay.
uh, game player. I don't know because we had photos, social media
Mhm.
as Instagram
Right.
previously. We had the Facebook previously when we read something. We had
Mhm.
video social media. We had voice social media, which was so common, and then
Yeah.
switched off. So I don't know what they can do new. I don't know.
Okay. Under the voice social media, you mean the Clubhouse that appeared
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
couple of years ago?
yeah, Clubhouse.
Yeah, that was a strange thing, totally. And I believe they have already shut down the application. But really, that was a hell of a crazy success story, in my opinion, even though it was short.
It was very funny, that lots of Ukrainian celebrities, not just the Ukrainian,
Mhm.
when lots of celebrities started to promote themselves in this
Right.
clubhouse. Yeah, and they went in this social media,
Mhm.
so it was so strange and funny.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, I would really love to talk a little bit more about the different aspects of the social media development, about the marketing, etc. But as long as we have some time, and unfortunately, let's switch to a little bit other formats. So let's try some sort of the Blitz. That's a fully unique format, I know that, but anyway, your goal is to try to answer the questions as soon as possible, like just answering the first thing that comes to my mind. But if you want to unveil the reasons of that answer, like why I have selected one of two variants, feel free to tell that. So, are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay, let's get started. So, first of all, TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay. That's how about changes. Okay. The next one. Should it be the big team or a small sized, like the sole man family team of the company?
Big team.
Alrighty. Moving next.
Actually, no, it could be whatever team. It could be small team or a big team, but you shouldn't be alone. You shouldn't do
Uh-huh.
everything by yourself. So this is the
Yeah.
answer.
Totally agree. Okay. Next one, income or popularity?
Income.
So it's better to be a no-name but with income, right?
Of course.
Okay, got it.
Yes,
Um,
popularity is just about your ego, but income is about your comfortable life. So.
okay, makes sense. The next one, what's better, doing tasks manually or implementing the automations?
It's from the second your question
Mhm.
to um, to do it with your crew and don't do everything by yourself.
Got it. Okay. Uh, the next one is pretty similar to the previous one, but still. So what's better, delegating or doing all the things possible by yourself?
Delegating.
Alrighty. And the last one is what's better, to be an actor or to be the producer or slash the cameraman?
Actually, I love both. I love both. So I couldn't answer.
Okay. One less tricky. I know it was not in our scenario, but I really want to ask that. Who was your best client?
This casino, I guess, because
Okay.
they are so flexible and they have lots of money to do all of our create things. Yeah.
Right. Got it. Well, this one was a little bit provocative, so let's hope the other clients will not see that. But anyway, thanks for the
I mean,
honesty.
you understand my English.
Okay, that makes sense as well. Okay, so as long as our interview runs to an end, there is one last thing I would like you to share with those who are watching it right now. So let this be like a minute of your spotlight. What would you suggest or advise to the people who are watching this right now? Maybe just any message you'd like to share, maybe some piece of advice, maybe something else.
It could be an advice, firstly, for some bloggers. If your followers want to be a blogger, to be truly to be as yourself, as I said previously, and for all people to do each work you do. So do everything you do
Mhm.
with love and feel what you really want to do.
Right.
So yeah, to feel to hear yourself inside and do it. Not just about money.
Mhm.
Do it. Do what you love, like that.
Okay, that's really inspiring. Totally agree. Alrighty, so as long as the interview runs to an end, I'm really grateful for you to agree to join this first pilot episode. I know this was the first one, it was a little bit not perfect maybe, but still I'm really grateful for your joining.
Thank you.
And yeah, for those who are watching us, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We are going to run such videos on a pretty regular basis. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to write them down in the comment sections. You will be able to find all the links to LERA's blogs and to the agency, etc., in the description below as well. And I just want to remind you that this was Valerie, also known as LERA Foodhunter. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining, and it was nice talking to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. It was really great.
See
Good
ya.
luck.